Hello everybody, this is Slappy here and I will be bringing you a game today, and this game is going to feature Team LiquidSheth and EmpireKas. Both of these players, of course, very good. LiquidSheth, very talented Zerg player, and EmpireKas just sick nasty with Terran. He is so good. And this is a bit of an older game, but I haven't seen it yet. I keep hearing people say, "Oh, have you seen that game between Sheth and Kas?" And no, I haven't. So, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna cast it at the same time. So here we go. Be interesting to see what these two players decide to do. And man, I love Starcraft 2. I love how global Starcraft 2 is. Of course, you got the Koreans. You know, they're all very good, and you got a few good people from America. You got Idra from America. You have Huck from Canada, and then you have White Raw and Cass. They're both from Ukraine. I believe that's right. And then you got the Swedes. You got Thorzane and Jinro, and I mean Katz is from Peru. I mean, StarCraft is such a global esport, and I love it. Anyway, nothing cheesy gonna be happening in this game. No proxy barracks or anything like that. Sheth deciding not to go early gas, so he's going to be building a hatchery. Yes, he is. He will be expanding on 15 supply. And he's sending out his overlord just to get some good map vision. Kaz right now, is he going to follow that with an expansion? Yes, he is. So we're going to see a bit of a macro game, it seems like. And for those of you wondering why there is a supply depot on the bottom of the ramp, it's because these GSL style maps, they don't want people being walled into their own base. Protoss, you know, if the supply depot wasn't there, they could just go pylon, and it's very effective against Zerg to just wall a Zerg into their base and contain them, make them not expand, make them have to go Nidus or one base Muta. It's just very inefficient builds for them. So that's why there's a supply depot there. They don't want any cheesy builds like that. As we can see, drone count right now, dead even. Just waiting for these players to see what they want to do. Spawning pool going up right now, as is EmpireKas' first barracks. EmpireKas has one gas, so does Sheth. And another overlord popping out, and he's going to be floating down the map. And this overlord, he's spreading out his overlords, as you can see, on the edge of the map, watching for drops, which will probably happen in the future. And what is this? A bunker. So EmpireKas, we're not going to see any Hellion pushers or anything. He's going to play extremely defensive. And Chef, not really being aggressive at all. Making a queen right now. And another queen down there. So he will be droning up very heavily, especially if he sees that a bunker has gone down, because that will let Sheth know that Cass has no intentions of pushing out anytime soon. We have a reactor right now, and a factory. So yep, just waiting to see what is gonna happen. We got metabolic boost on the way for Sheth right now, producing 4 lings and a spine crawler. Getting a queen, another queen as well. The factory almost done for Cass. Neither player being the aggressor at all. And yeah, I like, nothing real much to say here. We got LiquidSheth up here, sending a Zergling on Cass's third, making sure he doesn't go for a sneaky third. And this Zergling gonna poke down here. He sees the bunker, and he's gonna go down. So that should let Sheth know that Cass is indeed not pushing out anytime soon. So will this make Sheth knows that Cass is expanded. Will this lead Sheth to take an early third? He's got lings running up the long way. He's got another ling coming down there. A couple Hellions do come out. I was not expecting that, but Sheth will have enough to handle this. And here's the third by Sheth. And these Hellions, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. We got 2 queens on the defensive right here. Sheth knows about these Hellions, of course. He lost his Zergling to him. He got the Spine Crawler up in perfect position. So, what will Cass decide to do? Decides to just back off his Hellions. He has 4 now. Is he going to move out with these? Moving his factory back. Getting another barracks. He's got a tech lab. He is researching Stimpak. And there's the starport right there. And EmpireKas looking to take a 3rd now as well. Got some Hellions controlling the watchtower. LiquidSheth Zergling still on that watchtower, and got a Hellion going up there, making sure there's no expansion up there, I assume. And here comes these 3. And that Zergling is most likely going to be taken out. So let's see what these Hellions decide to do. Unit count, very high totals of drones and SCVs for this point of the game. And this hatchery just now finishing. Unfortunately, Hellions do basically no damage to buildings. They're going to tickle this hatchery. And this queen coming down, he should have just gone towards the 2nd base and tried to kill some workers, because these Hellions aren't going to accomplish anything. Might be able to take that queen, but that's still not big of a deal. Oh, and the Zergling's going to hit this around. Very good right there. These Hellions definitely not paying for themselves. Units lost tab. Cass did not come out ahead of that, was not able to kill any workers, which is the main point of getting out this early Hellions. We got an evolution chamber down right now, researching armor 1. Check out the production tab. 3 barracks is going down for Cass right now, producing 5 marines. A lot of upgrades going. Armor 1 just finished Stimpak. Combat shield is now on the way, and of course getting infantry weapons 1 as well. 3 banelings on the way, as well as centrifugal hooks for Sheth. And an infestor pit. Will he get a quick hive and go infestor broodlord? Seems to be a very standard build against Terran. Very good build against Terran. And EmpireKas looking to grab a 3rd as well. I see some medevacs on the field. Will they go for a drop? We'll follow these medevacs and see where they decide to go. Both players now have a 3rd up and running. The Zergling, as you can see up here, will spot the 3rd. Gonna be picking away at this SCV. And oh, he does just get the SCV before the Zergling dies. Cost-effective Zergling, of course. SCV is costing 50 mineral, and 1 Zergling costing 25. So Sheth is going to probably be using these feelings that he has to just get map control, get map vision. Very, very good. And the Zergling is going to spot this. So Sheth probably knows that a drop is on the way. Doesn't look like he's going to even drop here. He's just going to march right up to the 3rd. That's a lot of speedlings, though. You can see 48 speedlings on the field, as well as 5 infestors on the way. Oh, and that Marine gets left behind. The rest of the units are picked up by the medevac. Good job by Cass right there. See some Overlords and some Zerglings up here, just to make sure that nothing is coming that direction. And of course, speedlings cannot attack air, so these medevacs full of units will be able to fly back home safely. We got another small force, and Sheth will see that with the Zerglings. Got some tanks on the field as well. 1 infestor on the way. Hive tech, as you can see, almost done. And got 10 Marines at a time being built by Cass. And getting those 2-2 upgrades on the way as well. Check out that expansion. That is fully saturated. And I believe that is not quite fully saturated. Could squeeze a few more drones on there. As you can see, the production value of Cass actually ahead right now. Check out the units tab. 78 SCVs to 74, or yeah, to 73 drones rather. So check out the income. Cass will have the slight advantage, especially once he starts laying down these mules. And checking out the units here in the middle of the map. What will they decide to do? 5 medevacs, 44 marines, and 3 tanks against 83 Zerglings, 3 banelings, and 6 infestor. And of course those 4 queens. Queens very good, as long as they're on creep for defense. of course, when they're off of creep, they are, I think, the slowest unit in the game. Actually, I know they're the slowest unit in the game. And both players right now just trying to macro up. Got some drones right here not doing anything. Looks like Sheth deciding to put down a macro hatchery. And what do we have here? Kas right now going to take a fourth, as is Sheth. Sheth got that base up and running as well. Check out the production tab. What do we have here? We got Zerg ground carapace 1 and chitinous plating. Oof. And that medevac is going to get fungled. No units in it though. So that could have been a lot worse than it actually was. And he orbited this into a planetary. Very smart decision. This base is pretty out in the open. Very difficult to defend these bases. And here we go. We got a drop. Let's see what Sheth can do about this. And Sheth looks like he spots it. You see a giant blue... No, maybe... Oh, he definitely sees it with that Overlord and the giant blue blob. As you can see, running up the map. I don't know how much this is going to get. One Spine Crawler down here and a Queen. And here comes the drop. Going to be killing some drones. How many does he get? Was able to kill 5 workers there, but... And he's just going to evacuate right now. That Spine Crawler is just going to poke away. Here comes the Zerglings right now. And got an Ultralisk on the field, as you saw with that Titan's plating upgrade on the way as well. And will the Infestor be able to fungal? No, it does not. And these medevacs will float away relatively safely. These Overlords just pooping out creep on these expansions, so Kas will not be able to take those until those Overlords are taken out. But what do we have down here? So in the production tab, 4 command centers on the way. 1, 2, 3. Where's number 4? I don't know, but is he going to turn these into planetaries? And when you have over 1,000 mineral, I mean, I guess why not? And Kas right now, I did not realize he's at full supply, so he's going to have to move out here soon. He's got 6 medevacs, 2 Thors, 9 tanks, and 55 Marines. And that drop looks like it was cleaned up by Chef. Needs to get some infestors over here to fungal. And Infestor does have enough energy. Oh no, it doesn't. Fungal takes him. And this one Marine is just going to sit here, be annoying. And he does take out the Baneling Nest. Very good right there. And EmpireKas is able to kill one of the Overlords. Still not quite able to expand right there. And what is he going to do with these command centers? Should be very interesting to find. Another base right now going down for Sheth. Kas will spot that immediately with that medevac. And that is a lot of Zerglings on the field. 118 Zergling. Check out the production tab. He's rebuilding that Baneling Nest and getting melee attack 3. So these Zerglings will be able to crank out a lot of DPS. Getting the Hive. Does he have adrenal glands? Yes, he does, which will increase the attack speed of the Zerglings, making them do even more DPS. Turning that one into a command center. I guess he's deciding to go command center this game. Or orbital command, rather. Oh, no, here goes the that one's an orbital. These two will become planetaries. And this one I can only imagine will become a planetary. EmpireKas starting to get ghosts right now. Very, very, very good decision now, as you see this Greater Spire going up with Ghosts. Very good against Ultralisks, which as we see are on the field. They're good against Infestors, and they're very good against Broodlords. So Terran want to know how to counter Infestor Broodlord. His Ghosts, well, at least before the patch, so I guess you only have a few more days to exploit that. And will he push in? No. That Planetary Fortress was eager to do some shooting, but it will not be able to get anything right now. Check out this expansion down here. Not quite fully saturated, but will need to cut drone production. You have 69 drones, need to freeze. Maybe needs to start thinking about freeing some of that up to get an army. 4 nukes right now for Kas. Let's see what he does with that. And Sheth's army. And that medevac will get fungled. Having 5 supply worth of units, and we'll be able to drop the Marines, but they won't be able to do anything before they die. And these Zerglings up here are going to poke around, be annoying. Here comes an Ultralisk. And that Planetary is going to kill a lot of these Zerglings, but there's just so many Zerglings on the field. And Zerglings are so good against these armies that Terran has because these Terran armies tend to be slow, especially when you get Thor involved. Thor tank, very, very slow army. And Sheth is going to back out right here. As you can see, Snipes going down, just toasting through those Ultralisks. Wow. And that is why that is getting patched. Ghost do so much damage. And I mean, if you think about it, Ghost doing, what is it, 45 damage to biological right now? It makes Zerg tier 3 essentially worthless against Terran. Because Ghosts are just so efficient at sniping those Brood Lords and Ultralists, killing them instantly. And here we go, we got Brood Lords on the way. Will these Ghosts be able to take him out? I'm curious to see what Cass is going to try to do with these 4 nukes that he has. Got a medevac coming over right now. He's got, here are these Ghosts. And Cass is completely out of position right now. He does decide to cloak, and he's dropping the nukes on the Hive. That would be a very, very big deal if he manages to kill this. And, and killing the Ghost just before the nuke arrives. Very, very clutch play right there by Cass. And that medevac gets intercepted. That's going to be fungled to death. And this base is now an orbital, no longer a planetary. That's just too much stuff right there for Cass. It's a lot of tanks. Checking out the units, they have 9 tanks right now for Cass. Here those snipes go down. And fungles everywhere. We're doing some massive DPS. These Zerglings are going to be able to, Zerglings and Broodlings rather, going to be able to clean this up. Checking out the units lost tab. Favoring Sheth right now. But Cass with these defensive planetaries. Right here, he's just locking down the middle of the map, so Sheth is going to have to be careful where to engage this army. And Fungus the Ghost getting some nice Baneling hits on there. And that is just so many Brood Lords. Here come the Ghosts. Will these Ghosts be able to focus down these Brood Lords? One goes down. All these Brood Lords right now have very low health, and as you can see, the unit's lost tab just quickly becomes evened out as these Ghosts do so much damage to the Brood Lord. And as you can see, supply right now 150 to 163. Production 36 Banelings on the way for Sheth, as well as 28 Zerglings and 9 Corruptors, so he will be replenishing that Broodlord count. And as for Cass, he's got 3 Thor, 3 Viking on the way, as well as a Marauder, 8 Marines, and 4 Ghosts. And as this game goes on, you can expect Cass to slowly transition out of those Marines and try to replace them with Ghosts, because very good against Infestor Broodlord, and that is a lot of Baneling, forcing that command center to lift off. He's going to pick off those SCVs, see where these decide to go, and decide to back out right there. Gonna return home. I think he should have engaged these Ghosts, because Zergling, I mean, sniping a Zergling really just is not worth it, because you can kill a Zergling with 1 snipe, but it's just a waste of snipes because Zerglings are so cheap to build. So I mean, Zergling, in my opinion, are the best unit against Ghosts. So I would have liked to see him engage that, and a small engagement right here. Will his command center go down to these Corruptor? We got some Ghosts poking up right here. Oh, this Corruptor caught out of position. 1 goes down. And Oversoul's got to catch up, it does. And here, down go the Ghosts, and he decides to back out right there. Don't want to get in range of that planetary. I really like this defensive planetary fortress. Now what's going on up here? Nothing anymore. I really like this defensive planetary fortress positioning by Cass. He's making Sheth engage only where he wants to. And is this going to become a planetary as well? This one is. This might. Oh. Will we see the planetaries on? And here comes the Zergling up here, gonna be taking out these mules. Looks like we're gonna have another. This is just this reaction of the major force coming down here. This force up top will get cleaned up pretty easily. There's really not much down here to defend. Needs to fungal these Vikings though. They will slowly pick off these Broodlords. And Broodlords are very good against Thor. DPS is just much too high. And Thor do bonus damage to light, and Broodlords are of course armored. Oh, and here comes the Ghost and Broodlords. Yeah, one of them goes down right there, another one goes down. These Infestors will also go down. But of course Ghost can't two-snipe Infestors, and all these Broodlords right now, looks like they will go down. Checking out the unit's lock tab, barely even, but favoring Sheth at the moment. But Sheth is going to lose the skirmish, it appears. Can these Zerglings come in and sweep it up? Zerglings are very cost efficient against Thor, and he will. Sheth still has a Broodlord left, but these two Ghosts, oh my lord! He's getting absolutely demolished, that Broodlord. And like I said earlier, that is why the snipe is getting nerfed. I think Blizzard had a little bit of an overreaction with that. I think 25 is not quite enough damage, but 45 is way too much. I'd like to see it around 35. I think that would be a better adjustment than the one that they made, because after this patch, I think Infestor Broodlord will be very difficult to stop if you're a Terran, because all the Infestor have to do is just fungal the Vikings, and then really not much else to deal with the Broodlings on the ground. But of course, this game is pre-patch, so these Ghosts are going to be very effective against this army. Yep, as we can see, double planetaries right there. This planetary fortress has 10 kills, 9 kills on that one, and as you can see, good positioning on these. As the map has been completely split in half. Both players right now deciding to macro up. We got an Ultralisk, 2 Broodlords, 4 Corruptors on the way for Sheth, and a Viking, 3 Siege Tank, a couple Marines, and a couple Ghosts on the way for Kas. Sheth right now has a pretty big supply lead. And here we go, we got a Broodlord poking away at this expansion. Broodlord with 3 kills. Planetary is, and here comes the Ghost, and Broodlord needs to turn around, and he just gets melted. Don't know if that was cost effective right there for Sheth. More Broodlords on the way, as well as Zergflyer attacks 3 and Zergflyer Carapace level 1. So these Broodlords will be doing massive amounts of damage, but of course with the armor upgrade only at level 1, will die very quickly to these Ghosts that are on the field. And there's really, I mean, Sheth, as you can see, has a much larger army right now, but with these planetaries, it's just very difficult to find a good spot to engage. And these Ghosts right now are going to pick up a few Infestors. That Infestor got really lucky. 1 HP remaining on that one. And this is just an epic standoff right here. Sheth needs to be careful. Here come the Vikings. These could get caught out of position. And nope, Infestors decided not to try to fungal that. And we got 3 Marines down here, just gonna poke around the annoying. Here comes the Ghost. So much damage being done through that Ultralisk. That Queen almost goes down as well. But as you can see, Sheth right now has 9 Broodlords on the field. Broodling's gonna roll in. Here come the Vikings. These will get his Infestors up here to fungal those. There we go, Fungal's going down on those Vikings. And we can't maybe chain Fungal, no, so they will still be able to shoot down these Broodlords. And the Zerglings and Banelings is not able to do enough damage to this Grand Army. Lots of Marine tank and Ghost sprinkled throughout that. And Sheth right now has to back off. Be very careful right here. This expansion will most likely go down. Checking out the units lost tab right now. Very even. This has been such a crazy game right now. 42,000 to 42,000. A small engagement down here. Everyone's trying to poke and kill as many units as they can. And this is just astounding. Less than a 1% difference right now in the units lost tab for these two players. in a game that has gone quite a while. And every base has been taken, except for this one, of course, that was just recently shut down by Kas. And this one is going to expand. Got a small force going down to a major engagement up here, and this base will be taken out. And Sheth right now wisely deciding to back out. Does get a nice bundle on this army doing damage. And as you know, Terran units do not regenerate health over time like Zerg do when they're on creep, and like Protoss they regenerate shields. So all these fungals that he is landing will be good to soften up the army the next time that they engage each other. Of course, all mechanical units can be repaired, but for these siege tank, or for these marine and ghost rather, they cannot be repaired. And this hatchery once again going to be stuffed. Will Sheth get the cancel on it? Yes, he does. So not a huge loss by Sheth right there, but it is very, very frustrating to not be able to grab that expansion. But at least he was able to deny this for a little while. Isn't it just gonna decide to push up there and try to deny it again? And Ultra is gonna poke up there, see 3 bunkers going down. And Kas not gonna push out right now. Sheth decides to go back, and these planetaries right here, this entire area of the map is just off limits right now for Sheth. He just cannot do anything about that. So he has to try to run up all of his forces up through here. And of course, as you can see, that's where Kas is deciding to station his army at. And this command center, once again, going to be converted into a planetary. And Sheth not liking what he sees right there, and he's going to back out. Will these Vikings get chain bundled? Yes, they will. Getting caught a little bit out of position. These Marines are going to try to come down. Nope. Sheth right now trying desperately to get a hold of this expansion. Got 6 Zerglings and an Infestor on the watch right there. And checking out the units tab, LiquidSheth right now almost maxed out. 2 nukes still remaining for Kas. I wonder if he will try to use those anytime soon. Maybe get a nuke off on those Brood Lords, because they of course are very, very slow. Checking out the production tab, 2 Infestors, 2 Corruptors on the way. 2 Vikings, 14 Marines, and a Ghost. And here's a lot of Zerglings, 147 Zerglings. That is a lot of DPS, but of course with all these planetaries, they just cannot get the good map control, and that Brood Lord will go down. Another one going down as well. And these Ghosts right here. EmpireKas has 9 Ghosts, and that is a lot of snipes that can be used on these Brood Lords and these Gold Ghosts. Sheth right now really wants this expansion, as it is probably the only expansion that has a decent amount of minerals remaining. Yes, that one is almost mined out. That one is completely mined out. And this expansion, very important for Sheth. He needs to hold on to this to stay in the game. While Kas, on the other hand, still has 2 mining bases. And that is a lot of Zergling. I mean, LiquidSheth really at a disadvantage here, because the army size is pretty similar. And I would rather have a composition similar to Kas's than having all my army be filled with Zergling. But the Zergling are going to get by the Planetary Fortress. Going to try to kill some of these incoming Marine and take out these production facilities. Got more Zerglings running up here. Those will be taken out by the Planetary. The Zergling just kind of poke around, try to kill some of these production facilities. And going to run up here to this expansion. And very smart move, bypassing that expansion, going up to the top one, which is one of Kas's 2 remaining mining bases. Zerglings still in the main here, just poking around, trying to do as much damage as they can before they die. These Zerglings, here we go, killing a lot of SCVs. Just curious, 30 workers to 59. Wow, Sheth has killed a lot of workers this game. But Kas has been able to secure his expansions better, so he has had the monetary advantage throughout the game, it seems like. And Kas right here has so many minerals, but just not enough gas to produce anything of value, so I guess he's just going to keep producing Zergling, just trying to run him in here and killing as many buildings as he can, which I mean, I guess it's a good decision. He's just making the most of what he has. And that base is a little oversaturated. When you only have one mining base, you do not... Oh, I guess this one still is mining a little bit. That one basically done. Kas, of course. That one basically mined out, so it's going to become basically the only two bases remaining that have mineral patches are this one and this one down here. Kas throwing down the scan. Will he push out? Nice scans with those siege tank. We'll be able to hit that extractor, which is actually a pretty big deal because Chef is in desperate need of gas income. And here comes a nuke. Right now, can he kill these ghosts before the nuke gets off? He has no support of detection, and it looks like the nuke... Chef does notice about it, and he will pull his drones back. There goes the extractor. The hatchery almost falls. This Cat's going to push in and try to finish up that hatchery. No, he will not. And Kas right now playing very, very defensive. And why not, when you have these planetaries, make Chef come at you and just run into the meat grinder. That planetary so far, 37 kills. That's a very cost-effective planetary fortress. And Chef needs to put drones back on this gas. He only has one drone, it looks like, on it. And here we go, EmpireKas sieging up those tanks, getting those scans. We'll be able to hit those fine cells. And here we go, major these ghosts just melting away these ruthless and ultralords. These Earthlings forced to back out right now. And Chef right now cannot hold this off, it does not look like. These ghosts is going to town on these drones. The Earthling's gonna run in. Gonna be able to kill a ghost or two, but and Chef deciding, you know what, I'm just going to push in up here. We'll be able to take out this expansion. So they're going to be trading their only remaining mining bases. So each player just making sure that the other player cannot do anything with their... trying to inhibit the macro as much as possible. And this may actually start to favor Chef if he can kill that remaining mining base. He still has a lot more minerals left over than Kas does, so he can just build Zerglings out the wazoo. Even though it won't be very cost effective with all these tanks, he might be able to outlast and win. Gonna run up here and take out these ghost facilities. Pretty good move right there, as these ghosts have been decimating Chef's army throughout the game. Kas right now gonna back out to deal with this. Checking out the production tab, 36 Zerglings on the way for Chef. And that's all he can really make right now with this limited gas that he has. And where are these Zerglings gonna go? Another command center. Oh my goodness. Is this mule gonna be able to repair this? And Chef building the hatchery right here. And the hatchery will be cancelled. Got a big ball of Zerglings right now, gonna be deciding to defend that, and will Kas be able to save this command center? And he will not have enough minerals to repair this. This is going to be really interesting to see, as you can Chef right now running into the main, trying to kill as many buildings as he can. Kas really needs to save this orbital. He's gonna, here we go, he's going to throw down some mules, mine enough mineral, and once he has enough mineral, he will be able to repair it. Clutch play right there by Kas. The Zerglings running rampant in the main base, leaving buildings on fire. And Kas right now is supply blocked. Very good job by Chef taking out these supply depots. But these Zerglings just have to run around the perimeter of the map. And these planetaries, this one 52 kills right now. That's a lot of kills for a planetary fortress. And the siege tank will be able to kill these remaining Zergling. Check out the production tab. Not much going on. 2 extractors on the way for Chef. And 32 Zergling. Just as I say, nothing's going on. He makes 32 Zergling. And Kas right now is supply blocked. And he does now have 700 minerals, but you want to be spending that on units. You don't want to have to turning that on supply box, it'll be interesting. He has a lot of orbital command energy. Will he just decide to use the supply drops? Normally you say, ooh, supply drops, that's not what you want to be using that for, but in this scenario, I think that might be the best choice. These Zerglings going to be taking out these Marines, trying to take out these factories, all these unit-producing buildings, and try to snag that orbital, and he forces the liftoff right there. See another decent-sized force of Zerglings sitting right here, and these Zerglings going to see what they do. This base is not currently active, as it still has a fair amount of mineral patches, about 1,000 minerals remaining on that base. Here comes a big engagement down here. Oh, so many Zerglings from both sides. And these tanks are just going to count that day up to 11 kills. Fungals going down though, very good Fungals. I just don't know right now. 75 supply to 46. Sheth is in a world of trouble. He needs to get more drones down here, as he is also running out of minerals. Can't even produce as many Zerglings as he would like to right now. As this has been just one crazy game. Check out the units lost tab. Dead even. And I think Kas is going to win this. But basically a perfect game played by Kas. I don't know what Sheth could have done. I mean, once these planetaries got up, it made it very difficult for Sheth to push out anywhere. The only thing he could really do is just run these Zerglings by and get to the main base. But with these fully upgraded Marines... No, not fully upgraded. They're only 2-2. I find that very surprising. But these tanks and these planetary fortresses just laid waste to all of these Zerglings trying to run in. And of course the Ghost taking out the Broodlords. Just ridiculous, and should be seeing a good game anytime now. Sheth right now, not enough minerals. He now has gas. He might want to take off those drones and put them on mineral, but 38 supply to 84, and when your supply is mostly Zergling, 18 Zergling, 3 Infestor, you're going to be going against 6 Viking, a Siege Tank, and 41 Marines and 11 Ghosts. Not looking good for Sheth right now, and EmpireKas right now just going to push in and deliver most likely the final blow. And this has just been one of the most crazy games I have ever seen, and Sheth's still not going to give up. He's going to take out that orbital up there of EmpireKas. And these Zerglings going to be killing these mules, just making sure that Kas has no income. But Sheth also has no income. And Kas right now, with the larger army and more minerals, should be able to take this game unless he just makes a huge blunder. These Zerglings just going to kill as many buildings as they can. Kas rather, running back to defend this. But Sheth just doesn't have any other units to try to make something else happen. And there we go, all those Zerglings. Checking out the units tab, 11 drones, 1 Zergling, 3 Infestor, and 5 Queens. No way that is going to be able to take out this army. Sheth also has no income, so I think this is about it. I sure would need some sick Fungals, yes, with those 3 Infestor in order to kill all of that. And, of course, with the good manners, GG, good luck in the rest. And this was just such a crazy game. I'm going to check out the units lost tab one more time. When you have a game where each player loses over 70,000 resources, and there's less than 1,000 resources in between them, I mean, this has been one of the closest games that I've ever seen. This planetary fortress, 77 kills, and I really think that these planetaries won Kas the game. Sheth right now, of course, playing Zerg. He had that Speedling army early on, trying to just lock down expansions. That is the strength of the Speedling army, being able to just run around, deny expansions, just get great map control. And these planetary fortresses really just put a halt to that, making this entire area of the map just off limits. And EmpireKas, like I said at the beginning of the video, he is sick nasty. He is so skilled. And like I said, he just played a perfect game. And I know this is a bit of an old video, but it was a good one. And I am glad I watched that game. That was incredible. So yeah, I hope you guys liked my casting, and I will hopefully try to do more. The IEM just released a lot of replays coming out of IEM. I might try to cast some of those, some of the ones that nobody else has been casting. I might try to cast some of the group stages. So yeah, check back for those, and I will see you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye.